all you out there in YouTube land, this is Translator10 and I am back with another action figure review. I have just noticed something really cool and really special. As I'm looking at my videos, I see that I'm actually up to number 97. So this is actually the countdown to my 100th video spectacular. From Star Wars Power of the Force 2 collection, released in 1996. It is Han Solo in Carbonite with the Carbonite freezing chamber. That's right. This is, for those of you who know all about Power of the Force 2, this is actually the first release of this action figure because there would be a running change on the card where it would say Carbonite block. It's the red card. The standard red card. It has the Star Wars logo in a chromey, silvery chrome finish. Would later change to gold for the Star Wars special editions in 97. The red lightsaber would be changing to a green lightsaber for the special editions. And of course you got Vader's ugly mug right there. On the back of all special edition cards from not special edition, of all red cards from 1995 up until late 1996, you had these interesting little bios and texts. If you can read it, might as well just pause your YouTube video right now, because I'm moving on. Boom. Han Solo, in his pretty much nakedness. This is the less you've ever seen with him. He doesn't have his belt, holster, or blaster with him. Those were all taken away by Darth Vader. He doesn't have his smuggler's jacket, also taken away by Darth Vader. And one thing you probably also have noticed, this is Power of the Force 2, and Power of the Force 2 wasn't really known, especially in 1996, for complete movie accuracy. It's a little pain, but, you know, what can you do? And mainly, it's his chest area. You can see that he's wearing a shirt that is very similar to the shirt that he wore in A New Hope, where it was more of a cream, tan-based color. It's not really the white, like eggshell white that it was supposed to be, and also it doesn't have the drape. The shirt for Empire Strikes Back actually draped over and kind of folded over. But, you know, whatever. It's a small little nitpick. He does have some nice articulation for the time, meaning instead of just the normal hip, shoulder, neck, he has waist articulation. So that's always cool. The paint apps are really nice. I've never seen a Han Solo figure that they didn't F up this. Like, they can F up the face, but they will never F up the pinstripe. Never understood why. His face, his face is just wonderful. A lot of people say it doesn't look exactly like Harrison Ford, but to me it does. But that's just because I grew up with this figure. This was one of those figures that you had your allowance, you went to the toy store, and you saw that one figure that you could buy with it, and it was Han Solo and Carbonite for me. He does have a blaster, used very briefly in Return of the Jedi. It's a very nice, he didn't have to come with this blaster, he could have come with his normal smuggler's blaster. The Blast Tech, whatever. Heavy duty blaster, I forget exactly what the technical aspects of that blaster was. Blast Tech DL44 Heavy Blaster, according to the back of the bio card. It's very nice, and it can be held in either hand. I choose to hold it in his right hand because, after all, he's holding it upside down. It's alright, I can see just fine. Possibly one of the nicest blasters ever released with the Power of the Force 2. I mean, look at the gun grip itself. It's got very nice textured details to it. Even the scope's got textured details in it. We were weapons designed for these figures, well, one-upped the original vintage line in like every possible way. And then of course we have, because it's not Han Solo in Carbonite block, without the Carbonite block, which also has a little interesting history in itself. The Carbonite block was issued 2 times prior to this. In the original vintage line in 1980, it was released as a little bonus little accessory for the Slave 1 vehicle, which you could put into his cargo hold. And it was very nice. It had stickers that come on here. These are factory applied. So, and they have been known to come off, so you might want to watch out for that, especially if you're buying it loose. So anyway, it was very nice. It didn't quite look, it was more square than rectangular, and of course it was really small, and I doubt you could fit a figure in there. But he had no feet. So when people talk about it, he's usually referred as to the no feet or the missing feet Carbonite. I forget exactly what the original pet name for it was. And then it was released in the 1985 Power of the Force line. And that one was very interesting because it was molded in a translucent plastic with the Carbonite block painted gray, but in the actual indents, the actual human facial features and the body features and everything, it was actually, you know, it was just translucent plastic, so when you snap the figure inside, you could actually see Han's, you know, facial features and, you know, everything, and it just really made that Carbonite block really stand out. But there was a problem because since the figure did not have his arm raised, his arms were lowered, so it was on the Carbonite block. This one is, to me, it's almost perfect. I mean, there have been some released later on, especially like in the original trilogy collection, the saga. I forget how many Carbonite blocks were released, and it's definitely one of those figures that I would probably collect every single one, just because I'm so freaking fascinated with the coffee table look. That to me, I mean, his arms are raised in that fear, shock factor. I mean, the face is almost dead on. They got a lot of the details right. But yeah, it's got the little seams. It's got all of this little textured detail on it. It's just wonderful. And to me, it's almost perfect. The face could be a little better, but for 1996, this was really cool and right on. A lot of collectors were really pleased with this. And Han Solo just clips on right in the back, right at the waist. And then you can have, it's really cool because since he clips, when you place the figure inside, it looks as if the block is levitating, which gives it a really nice, cool added feature, added bonus to it. This block actually floats. Nice. Another thing was they recently, as the Power of the Force 2 collection went on, they released a couple of diorama sets. They didn't sell really well and they were canceled soon after, but one of them did have a Han Solo figure, and it was released with the Carbonite block, kind of like in a, after he's been released and all of the Carbonite around his body had melted away. Well, as you can see here, because of the molding, you have that little indent here. So, if you want to recreate that, but don't want to spend the money on a ridiculous cardboard set, just to get a figure and a block, you can do the same here. Clip him on, so when he falls to the floor, you have that little indent. It worked fine for my playtime in 1996, and it still looks fine today. So, that is Han Solo in Carbonite. And this will be video number 97 of my reviews. Wow, 97 videos already. No, this will be number 98. Haha, this will be video number 98. And I am so eagerly waiting for my 100th episode spectacular. I know I have a really bad accent, but you know what, I don't care. And for those of you who are interested in the Han Solo in Carbonite, he is found fairly cheaply on eBay. I managed to buy this one on sale from a seller for about $3.49 plus about $5 in shipping. So I got him for pretty much what you would see on a regular price off of eBay. But even then, you can find one for under 20 bucks, sometimes even under 10. Sometimes if you have a best offer, you can even haggle with the sellers. So he's a very nice figure to have. For those of you who are in love with the Power of the Force 2 collection like I was, because this one introduced me to Star Wars, then I would suggest you go ahead and buy it. If not, oh, no biggie. I mean, there's other Star Wars Han and Carbonites that'll probably suit you best. But until then, this is Trans801 signing off.